Jai Gurudev. You've done gap meditation before in Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. Those who have missed it, it's okay. It'll still be explained. Yeah, but it's easier if you already know what is gap meditation. This is gap 2. Okay. So if you remember what we did in gap meditation, we take with our normal breath in and out and in and out, we focus on the gap. You remember this? The gap that is external and the gap that is internal. There are 2 gaps. Yeah. When I breathe out completely, there is a gap outside. Gap as in where the breath pauses. Neither am I breathing in nor am I breathing out. Where there is a pause. Yeah, that's what we call the gap. So in gap meditation, we were focusing on the gap outside and inside. Now, have you ever wondered how does the breath automatically move in and automatically move out? There has to be something, no, propelling it. Breath is finally gross. Yeah, so there has to be some force which works from the subtle level that is propelling this breath to go in and out, and also propelling that pause or that gap. Yeah. So for example, this is just a plastic. Yeah, you can see it's just a plastic sheet, almost kind of transparent, not totally transparent. I have a magnet in my hand. Yeah, and this is a metal bell that you get for Christmas. Ghungru, that we call in Hindi. It's a metal bell. Okay. What will happen if I move the magnet? Can you keep your phones on silent, please? What happens if I move the magnet up and down? The bells move. Yes? Yeah, because simply it is magnetism. So obviously there has to be some force propelling my breath in and out, which is working at a subtler level, which is working at a level which is not apparent on the external physical to me. Yeah? That force is called the prana. Are you getting it? This division that I showed you, this division is between the subtle body which is behind and the physical body which is in the front. Yeah? The breath moves in and out, propelled by the prana moving up and down in the subtle body. Are you getting it? So what is gap 2 meditation now? Now you already know the length of your breath. You have been practicing just watching your breath go in and watching your breath go out, and you have been already focusing on the gap. Now gap 2 meditation is observing this magnetism, this prana which is moving in and out and in and out. Yes? Only if you are 100% aware will you be able to observe it. Yeah? And don't worry, first time we might not get it. That's fine. At least let's start. Yeah? So, point number 1, what are you watching? The prana. Prana is nothing but a force which is propelling your breath. Yeah? So just keep watching your breath, and somewhere you will realize there is a force that is propelling it up and down, up and down. Got it? Yeah? So what is Rechaka? Rechaka is the exhalation. Yeah, we've done this before in Yoga Vashishta itself. Yeah. Now, exhalation within the body from inside of the lungs till the tip of the nose is called Rechaka. from the tip of the nose, it also goes out. Yeah. Till where does it go? I'll tell you the exact point. Put your two palms like this in front of your nose. Yeah. And now 2 more fingers. 12 fingers away from your nose. Till here the breath will come. Are you getting it? This much distance all around the body, 12 finger distance all around the body is your subtle body or the pranic body. Yeah? So your prana you can observe. If you're very sharp, you can observe the prana till this point. It's called Dwadashanta. Dwadash in Sanskrit itself means 12. Yeah? Anta means end. So the end of 12 fingers away from the physical body is a magnetic field called the Dwadashanta. We are watching the prana that is propelling the breath. Yeah? It is the force behind the breath. The more aware you become, the more strongly you can feel this force. It's like a magnetic pull. Yeah, why I really made the effort of getting this magnet and all, because this is really called a magnetic field. Yeah. So this is what we are going to observe. Now Rechaka is the exhalation from inside your lungs till the tip of the nose. And from the tip of the nose till Dwadashanta is the external Rechaka. Yeah, it's the force that is propelling your breath out. Yeah? The gap at Dwadasha Anta is called external Kumbhaka. This Kumbhaka, the gap, yeah, it's the external Kumbhaka. Yes, if you become really observant, you will be able to see that you start breathing from here, from Dwadashanta, so far away from the body. The prana propels the breath in. Yeah? That is called external Puraka till the tip of the nose. And from the tip of the nose to your lungs, to the bottom, it is called internal Puraka. Now when you go to the bottom of the lungs, again there is a gap. That is called internal Kumbhaka. Got it? Yes. So you have to observe the entire cycle. In, out, in, out, in, out. Yes. Again, you might not get it right in the beginning, especially those who have not practiced the gap meditation before. Nothing to worry. We'll keep practicing and we'll get there. Yeah? And Vashishta will explain this in more details as we go. But I wanted you to do the meditation before you listen to the words, because then the words make sense. When you read them, they make more sense after you have experienced it. Clear? Everybody? Yes? So Mitesh, can you start the chimes music? Please start it on your phone, not on the computer. And for the next 12 minutes, exactly 12 minutes, we will just observe our breath in, our breath out. We are watching the prana this time. Yeah, that magnetic force in and out and in and out that is moving up and down. We are watching the prana, not the breath. Clear?
So this prana is the subtle body you're talking about?
Yes. We'll talk about it. I'll explain it to you. There are very good slides made for it. But right now just focus on your breath. Yeah? As much as possible, focus on the power that is propelling the breath to move. Okay? Ready, Mitesh? Eyes closed. Relax your body, relax your shoulders. And and breathe in naturally and breathe out naturally. Don't force the breath. Just watch the natural breath. Shanti. Shanti. And when you feel complete, very slowly and gradually, taking your own time, you open your eyes. Jai Gurudev. How was it?
She could feel it in the lungs, but she did not feel the prana. Right, Arunati?
Yeah, I could feel the breath, but not the prana.
That's okay. Auntie, you're doing it the first time. All these people have done the gap meditation and been practicing for a while. So, you'll get it. Keep practicing this. Yeah, this will come up probably by the next session. We should get to the next page. It's on the next page. So, keep practicing. We have some time till we actually get to the explanation. Okay. Others?
I same way I can feel the breath going in and out, but I do feel like in the body some different kind of energy with the when I'm observing that. But I do have a question that, like, how do you, like, what is your sense organ? Is it just a mental observation, or your sense, some of the sense organ will feel that prana?
You will feel it like a magnetic pull. Just like a magnetic pull, you will feel it going out and it going in. And you can actually experience the breath moving along with that force. But for that you have to be absolutely still in the mind. Yeah? Experiment with this after Kriya. Maybe that time the mind is stiller, no thoughts. Yeah? Maybe at that time you will have a better experience. Yeah? So this was just an experiment to learn the process. Now keep practicing and keep observing. It is the same prana we learnt in the last Bhagavad Gita, where you're taking the energy from the bottom of the spine all the way to the crown. Remember? It's exactly the same whatever you felt at that time. That same awareness moving up, the same energy moving up. It's that same kind of experience from the bottom of the lungs outside, and then from outside back in.
The other question is that if whether you are breathing hard or you are breathing normal, that 12 fingers remains the same, or it changes if you are breathing hard, that gap, that distance changes?
No, it remains the same. It's like the pranic body, na? My nose is here. Yeah, for a person who has a very long nose, his nose is here. But it goes, no, the breath goes still there, right? Like that, only the distance of the pranic body is Dvadashanta, 12 fingers in front of the nose, or 12 fingers in front, around the body. So the pranic...
Whether your breath is feeble or strong, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Initially, if you cannot feel it with feeble breath, it's okay. Take a few hard breaths, intentionally long breath in, intentionally long breath out. Just focus. Can you experience the prana? Yeah? And that is the magnetic pull which is pulling the breath up and down, up and down, up and down. So at death, what really happens? This prana which is moving up and down just withdraws. It's time. Yeah? Its job is just to withdraw from the physical body. It's like a divorce. I drop you, I let you go. And that withdrawal of the prana is what stops your breath. And that's how the body dies.
Prana knows, or it's jada?
Again, I can't hear you very clearly.
This prana has consciousness or no?
Of course, it's the pranic body. It is propelled by the consciousness. There is nothing in this planet, not a centimeter, a millimeter on this planet which is devoid of consciousness. It's not possible.
So is this the vibration in the consciousness? Prana is the vibration in the consciousness?
It is a little more than that vibration. It is your subtle body. Your subtle body came out from that vibration in consciousness. Yes, the subtle body is a combination of pranic body, of the mind body, which is equal to thoughts and logics, plus the emotions that I experience. All three together is the subtle body. Yeah, so prana is like the breath of the subtle body, you can say.
I've got a cold going on, so my throat is really bad. But I know what you're saying, and I'll practice it during my morning meditation.
Huh.
That's what I do after the last Bhagavad, moving my chakras while I'm breathing.
Perfect. So you understand what is that movement of prana, that movement of energy, right? Now, exactly the same thing we have to observe behind the breath. Got it? Yeah. That's exactly what he will explain next. Yeah. Did anybody else manage to, at least for 1 second, somewhere, some pull?
So I think I was not present for the Bhagavad, but I think observing the gap was much easier, because all you had to do is wait for the breath to stop and observe that part. But when you're trying to observe this, right, my mind was lost in calculation. So it's like the closest air to my nose is going to go deepest into my lungs. So what should I be observing? I was just lost in all the definitions and everything. Like, wait a minute, sure, before even feeling there, right? Like, it's a length. So first till last out kind of thing. So I was just lost there.
It's okay.
I just felt a lot of like energy, like almost like pins and needles, you know. There was a strong energy. I don't know how to describe it. And I think like you talked about the prana moving up the spine, and I tried very hard not to visualize prana's moving up the spine. But today I felt almost like I don't know if this is what it was, but I felt kind of a ticklish feeling up my spine. And I don't know that it was necessarily related to my breath, but I could feel it with the breath, especially when I was taking a deep breath. I could feel some sensation in my spine, like the lower part of my spine. So I don't know what it was, so I'm having a hard time putting it in.
It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. You will feel all these sensations because now you've started observing something very deep. Yeah, so prana is at the same time moving from the bottom chakras to the crown of the head, and at the same time it's also moving out and in. Yeah, so you can feel all these things slowly when you go deeper into the silence. You will be able to observe this energy, this pull that you were talking about. Yeah, you will be able to observe it. It's like a very magnetic kind of pull. It's not in your hands. Yeah, that's why you cannot decide, okay, I will breathe now and I won't breathe now. It's not in your hands. Yeah, it's an automatic machinery moving up and down, like a magnetic machinery moving up and down, which is propelling the breath in and out. Yeah, you will be able to experience it. Keep practicing. Is it very clear how to do it? Yeah, and what you're observing? Yeah, why did I call it gap 2? Because at the gap, the beginning of the force is very easy to identify. if you are taking a breath in, it's very difficult, in the middle of it to identify. But where it stops, you can identify that. And then again, how the pull begins down, you can identify that. And again, when it stops, you can identify that stop of the pull. And then again, beginning of that magnetic pull. You see what I'm saying? It's very subtle. Yeah? So practice this sometimes after, your Kriya. Do it after the long Kriya also. Everybody.
It's almost like a pendulum, right? I mean, but the other way,
Yeah.
there's the pendulum when it goes from left to right, there's a slight gap and before it comes back to the
Perfect. Perfect. And it is really like that. It is a curve. Yeah. And this curve ends really at the forehead level. It's not at the nose. The way we think, oh, my nose is curved, so it should end somewhere here. It doesn't. The prana moves to the forehead level and stops here at the forehead. And then it goes back in. And you will observe that. Yeah, and where she says, the two ends of the pendulum, the end outside is the Dvadashanta, and the end inside is like a lotus wheel, it is called. That's how Vasishtha describes it. Yeah, it is right at the lowest point of your chest, like upper abdomen. That's where you will feel it. So, how to find the lotus chakra in your body? 12, Dvadashanta. Yeah, somewhere there in your chest. Yeah. That's where the magnetic pull begins and comes out, and then from here it begins again and it goes down. Yeah. Where the
is the lower part of the lungs, right?
Yes, it's the lowermost part of the lungs. That's where, under that, the lotus begins. It's called a lotus. That's just a description. Please don't start looking for a lotus there in your body. It doesn't exist. Yeah. It's just the chakra probably for which they call the lotus. And it's very cute to call it lotus, I think. So that's where the pull begins really. Yeah. It's between the chest cavity and the abdominal cavity in the center. Doctors can understand it at the diaphragm.
So, in a way, you can.
Solar plexus.
Yeah, solar plexus, that is why they called it the lotus. Somebody else was asking something.
So, in a way, even if you forget about all these 12, 14, 13, whatever that is, and you just observe the breath all the way and just get subtler, it should be okay, right?
Absolutely. You don't have to worry about this. Yeah.
That's what I was worried about the whole time.
So sweet. Well, I don't want you to worry about it when we get there. That's why I told you already. It's there in the book. Yeah. So because Vasishtha has mentioned it, I had to mention it to you. But don't worry about it. The most important thing is that you have to experience that magnetic pull and experience it at the gaps. The gap inside and the gap outside. Yeah. And the gap outside obviously is at Dvadashanta. Yeah.
One thing I heard in the Bhagavad Gita where, when it's going out, you almost are going in between from here and then going out and then coming back from here. That was very easy to understand.
Yes, yes. That's exactly how it is happening. The prana moves in the subtle body, no? It is our breath which moves in, in our nose and turns out and all that. Prana is not turning out. The magnet, even if it comes at a little distance from the iron filings, still has that pull on the iron filings. Yes, so it's not exactly the way I showed it to you. Just get it that even if it is a little away, the force is really through the forehead and out.
That's the energy of
Yes, yeah. Are you feeling that pulsation?
Yeah, this is minus.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Clear? Any more questions?
I guess I was
Is it
watching.
okay? Is it okay to observe even with eyes open?
Yeah. It's okay. But the thing is, we will not be so subtle, no, to begin with. Yeah. So that is why to begin with, let's do it with eyes closed. The moment you become really an expert at observing it, then take it into your, day-to-day routine also. Constantly observing the prana. Yeah. Good question. Yes, Aruna aunty, you were saying something.
I guess I was watching the breath instead of the prana.
Auntie, I told you right in the beginning, not the breath. Yeah, that is the difference between that meditation that you did and what Vashishta is saying. Yeah, he's one notch up, no?
Yeah. Now I know the difference. So I'm not supposed to watch the breath.
It's okay, start with the breath. Yeah, but understand that there is a pull. There is some force that is moving that breath in and out. I cannot do it. Now let me go subtler and see that force. That is the prana. Got it? Keep practicing, guys. The more you practice, the easier it will be to understand Yoga Vashishta ahead when he comes to this explanation. Yeah? Okay. Venkat, you got it right, or did you just join? You got it. Okay. Take care. Who's going to start reading now? Page 242.
Vasishtha asked, "O Vasunda, how is it that your body has not been consumed by death?" Vasunda replied, Death does not wish to kill one who does not have raga, dvesha, attraction and aversion, or false notions and mental habits. Death does not wish to kill one who does not suffer from mental illness, who does not entertain desires and hopes which give rise to anxieties and worry, who is not poisoned by greed, whose body and mind are not burned by the fire of anger and hate, who is not churned and drowned by the mill of lust, who is firmly established in the pure awareness of Brahman, the Absolute, and whose mind is not distracted like a monkey. He whose mind and the heart are established in supreme peace is not touched by the blinding evils born of lust and hate.
Okay. So, death does not wish to kill one who does not have raga and dvesha. Very simple. Yeah, we've done this right from the beginning. What creates karma is raga and dvesha. Yes. The rest of the paragraph is just a repetition of what we have done in karma session. Yes. One little emotion inside me, doesn't matter whether it's anger, jealousy, greed, hatred, creates an impression. This impression goes and sits in my karma bag, and that leads to my next lifetime. Again I come back, again I have to experience some exchange with the person with whom I created these seeds. Yes? And again I go through life. Again, because of that exchange, I create more impressions, and I keep coming into body again and again and again, and the cycle repeats. Yes? Death consumes only one who has raga and dvesha. Death is not interested in that soul that has gone beyond raga and dvesha. Yes? So you can get free of this physical body, move on, yeah, and learn the skill of dropping the raga and dvesha, then you will not come back into body. So obviously there is no death for you. Understood the meaning here? Yeah, very simple and very beautifully put in many different things that we experience. Death does not wish to kill one who does not suffer from mental illness. Mental illness is not really what you see only of people who are mentally handicapped and in a mental institution. Somebody who is taken, over just by anger, he loses himself. Have you seen when you become angry? You just go on and on and on and on and on. Yeah? It is like as if you have a mental illness for that little while. And suddenly you come back to your senses and you say, oh, why did I say that? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it. So that means for those few minutes, who were you? What happened to you? You were not yourself. Yeah? That is called sammoha. You remember we did this in Bhagavad Gita also? Sammoha. Sammoha is almost like self-hypnosis. You remember that black and white picture going round and round and round? Yeah, we did that. When Subbu said, oh, can you put this off? It's kind of giving me a giddy feeling. Now you remember? Yeah? Sammoha, self-hypnotism. I hypnotize myself to believe that a particular concept about this person is right. This is the way he is. And right now, this person deserves to be shouted at and screamed at. And I hold on to this concept and then I let all my anger out. And in that 10, 15, 20 minutes or whatever, 1 hour, I don't know how long you were angry, you are really a mental patient. It's a mental illness. And now I just gave you example of anger. Yeah? This is in all kinds of negativities that we experience. Yeah? You could be harboring jealousy. And out of that, come up with some conspiracy against this person and that person and do bad things and say wrong. Yeah? You could get into the competition race. Oh, he has this. I want this. I want a better car than him. Yeah? And you've seen how the mind gets deluded in these things. Oh, he has that, $1 million house, whatever, $1 billion house. I want a better house than him. These things get us totally hypnotized. That is the meaning of mental illness here. Yeah? Death does not want to kill even those who do not entertain desires and hopes, which give rise to anxieties and worries, who is not poisoned by greed. Desire and hope is nothing but greed, no? I want this, I want this. Yeah, even if it is just, oh, I want only for my family happiness. Yes. What does a want really imply? It implies that I don't have faith in that higher power. That higher power that has given me this body, has given my family members this body, has given me all this luxury, this life. Can't that power really take care of me going forward? Why do I have to keep wanting, desiring, hoping, and then becoming feverish about it? Yeah? Dropping that. Only a person who is able to have that faith in the highest and drop this feverishness, only such a one can become free of death. Basically, free of coming back into the cycle of birth and death. Whose body and mind are not burnt by the fire of anger and hate, who is not churned and ground by the mill of lust. We already spoke about anger and hate. Yeah. Now, mill of lust is nothing but, again, sexual desire. constantly in the mind, if you're thinking about sex, even after completing the act, if the mind is lost in the thoughts, you're lusting. Keep observing, when will somebody lust after just another physical body? When the mind has not graduated to the beauty of mind, when the mind has not graduated to the beauty of the soul. You are just stuck at the body level, and the attraction is at the body level. We did that 2 Yoga Vashishtas ago. Being lost at the body level is lower than the attraction to the mind level, and that attraction to the mind level is lower than the attraction to the soul. So graduate, move higher, recognize what am I getting into. Again, I am not advising suppression. Suppression will not work. If you suppress yourself, oh, I shouldn't think like this, I shouldn't do like this, what will happen? That thought will come up more. Just like I tell you, don't think about a monkey. What are you thinking about? A monkey. Yes, that's what the mind does. What you tell the mind not to do, that's exactly what the mind will crave for. So it is not about suppression. It is just recognition, what am I really getting attracted to? And then a natural maturity happens. Yes, letting that natural maturity happen to you. But how will that happen? Only by recognition, no? If I am not ready to look at myself in the mirror, and I am not ready to accept that this is the way I am going, will I ever change? Change or transformation happens when the prerequisite step is done. The prerequisite step is of recognizing what I am doing right now, or how my mind behaves right now. Looking into the mirror and accepting yourself as you are. Not suppressing. Just recognizing it and accepting, yes. Otherwise, what does the mind say? Oh, she's not saying this for me, it is for the next person. Noticed? This is non-acceptance. So recognizing, yes, I have this thing. Got it? That is the prerequisite. So that was about the mill of lust. And it does not kill who? Who is firmly established in the pure awareness of Brahman, the Absolute. And whose mind is not distracted like a monkey. Established in Brahman, the Absolute means what? Okay, I know I came from that Brahman consciousness. I came from that pool of consciousness. But what's the meaning of being established in the Brahman consciousness?
I think having a faint idea or having an understanding is one thing, but believing in something with full force, that no matter what, this is it.
Perfect. I'm not talking about intellectually understanding. Intellectually, we've been analyzing for the longest time through these scriptures. That's not being established in the Brahman consciousness. I might understand it intellectually, but I am not getting that experience in meditation, that silence in meditation. That means I am lacking something. I need to go deeper. I need to work more on myself. Yes, because finally I am that silence within. That is my true nature. When I recognize I am that silence within, that silence is in him, in her, in him, in her. Oh, it is everywhere. Then I become able, or I get the ability to see this moment to moment in my life. Even in the midst of an argument, recognizing, oh, how silly. One Brahman consciousness is fighting with another Brahman consciousness. that moment it drops away. In office, when the boss says something and fear arises, oh, I'm going to get fired. Oh, one Brahman consciousness firing another Brahman consciousness. How funny is that? Drop. That moment, that recognition in every negative thing, when that happens, you have become established. Yes, that is the meaning of being established. Then everything becomes a play. Then you don't take life so seriously. Yeah? Somebody says something, it's okay. Doesn't matter. Yeah? There is no importance that you will attach either to good or to bad. Both, Both lose their value. Happy, sad, good, bad, everything is a part of the game. Yeah, if you are on stage and you have to do drama, and can you do only good, happy drama? Everybody will get really bored. Okay, where's the story? Come on, guys. Right? They are waiting for some mirch, masala, up, down, happy, sad, no? Just like that, life has both. When you come to this understanding that life has both and both are fine, yes, that's when you get established. Clear? He whose mind and heart are established in supreme peace is not touched by the blinding evils born of lust and hate. Yeah? It's very easy after that. So he's given you two techniques really here. One technique is, first you start recognizing I have this negativity of lust, of worry, of hatred, of anger. Yeah, that was his first technique. Second technique, you just become established in the pure consciousness. These will fall off. You go from this way or you go from this way. You will come to the same. Yeah. It's very difficult for you to recognize the Brahman consciousness. No problem. At least start with recognizing there is anger, there is lust, there is hatred, there is worry. Start dropping, start working on that aspect. Yeah. If you find being in Brahman consciousness is easier, then go from that route. Yeah. Either ways, you will come to the same. Yeah. So now we move on to understand really how this raga and dvesha gets created. Yeah? And what really encompasses all this raga and dvesha. Visible? Okay. That is chakras or / puryastaka. I'll tell you what it means. Puryastaka means the subtle body. Yeah. What is the subtle body comprised of? The pranic body plus the thought body or the mind body, and the third, the emotional body. All these together form the puryastaka. Yeah. Now chakras are what? Where this subtle body meets the physical body. At those 7 points, what we experience, those nerve plexus and the nadis that channel out, is called chakras. Yeah. And what do you feel there? Sensations. Yeah. That is why Guruji says, no, keep observing your chakras. Let's go from the bottom to the top. What are the sensations that you experience at the lowest chakra? Bottom of the spine. Lethargy. And the opposite? Enthusiasm. Then you come up to the genital area. What do you experience there?
Creativity
Yeah, lust and creativity. Yeah. So obviously it is the organs of production, so you will feel lust there, and the opposite side is creativity. You come to the abdomen. What are the sensations you experience in those chakras? Greed, jealousy and greed. And the positive side? Joy and generosity. Yeah. Then you come to the heart chakra.
Love and fear.
Love, fear and hatred. All three in the heart. Yeah. Then you come to the throat chakra.
Sorrow and gratitude.
Yeah. Grief and gratitude in the throat. Come in between the eyebrows.
Anger and awareness.
Anger and awareness. And top of the head? Bliss. Yeah. So at different chakras, you experience sensations. Yeah. You call them Vedana. Yeah. The original word is Vedana, but it's not the Vedana that you understand in Hindi. In Hindi, what does Vedana mean? Pain. Yeah. Pain in Hindi. But in Sanskrit, what does Vedana mean? Sensation. Yeah. Because of the contact of mind and matter at the chakras, you will experience sensations. Clear? That is Vedana. Yeah? Vedana is nothing but sensation. Now, this sensation is either a pleasant one or an unpleasant one. Correct? You cannot categorize into any third one, right? It's either sukha or it is dukkha. Sukha is a pleasant sensation. What happens to you the moment there is a pleasant sensation in some chakra? What does the mind say? I want it. I want it. I want it. So, at the Puryastaka level, a sensation arose, sensation of sukha, yeah, which is pleasant sensation. At the intellectual level, a thought came up, vichara. The vichara says, I want this, I like this, this is good. Clear? Yeah? What happens after the mind says, I want, I like?
I want to experience it again.
Forget all the thought. Now go deeper. What happens?
There is an impression.
Okay. No, we are observing what is happening in the body. Yeah? Chocolate ice cream. What happened?
Waters, mouth waters.
Okay. Even before the mouth watered, first what happened? Sensation from that memory came up. Yeah, first the sensation came out. You almost tasted it on your tongue from your past memory. That is the sensation. Got it? That is the Vedana. Number one, that happened. Two, you said, wow, I loved it last time when I had it. Awesome. This is Vichara. Yes? Now what does this Vichara do? Immediately it propels another sensation. Have you noticed? It's not in words that it says, I want only. I want happens in words, but there is a very strong sensation again. This is Vasana. Are you getting it? Vasana happens at mind level. Yeah? Vichara happens at the intellect level. Yes? Vasana is like a force that you feel inside. Yeah? The closest is the example of sex. When you have that thought of you wanting to have sex, that sensation inside, it's not words. It's a very strong force. Yeah. That is why in Hindi then Vasana was translated only as lust. Got it? But that is the way it is easiest to explain. It does not mean it is only lust. Yeah? It is that sensation, that inner strong force that wants. Got it? Understood the difference between vichara and vasana and vedana? Who can explain it in one line? With an example if that's easier. Whatever you want. However you want to explain.
Vedana is at Chakra level. And heart is at the intellectual level. Vasana is at the mental level.
Okay.
Use your chocolate ice cream example again. The Vedana is somebody says chocolate ice cream and you immediately have a memory association that triggers a certain emotion with it. And then you go to the vichara level where you now intellectualize and say, I like it. So you're now intellectualizing it. Then you go to the vasana level where now it starts to build and it becomes this surge. Now I need to have this ice cream now. And that's what goes into building the raga.
Perfect. You got it? Vedana is also a sensation. Vasana is also a sensation. Vedana is a sensation because of contact with the object of sense. Here, what was the object of your senses? Chocolate ice cream. You didn't see it, but you heard the words. So, still contact. A thought is also contact. Not listening to it from somebody else, but I'm just sitting and fantasizing chocolate ice cream. Contact with the object of sense. Got it? So Vedana happens because of the contact with the object of sense. Vichara is that intellectual thing that analyzes whether you like it or you dislike it. And Vasana is again that inner sensation that propels you to take an action or not take an action. Clear? Now this Vasana, of course, leads to something that is called Bhokta Bhav. I didn't want to translate into English because it loses its significance. You've done Ashtavakra for? Ashtavakra for, who remembers the sutra? Perfect. What's the meaning of Bhokta? The experiencer. Yeah? I am not the doer, I am not the experiencer, is what Ashtavakra is saying. Yes? Here what happens? I like something. Yeah? That Bhokta Bhav in me becomes stronger, that I am the one I'm experiencing. My I becomes bigger. I am experiencing. I. That is called Bhokta Bhav. Yeah? I, the experience, is Bhokta. I, the doer, is Karta. Yeah? We'll come to that. But both is about I. Yeah? Now, I just put the first example of Sukha. The second example is of Dukkha. What happens in Dukkha? Mind says, I don't want, I dislike. It's the same. Why does bad happen to me? Again, Bhokta Bhav. Are you getting it? Yeah, this is all Ashtavakra language.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So with this knowledge, when we get study this knowledge, so the Vedana and Vichara will still happen, but the Vasana will go away, right?
With knowledge, I can understand that, this Vasana has started coming in me. Yeah, without knowledge, the person doesn't even realize what is happening. Yeah, but there is one step deeper which we did in last Bhagavad Gita, where you observe the Vedana. How many of you remember this? Yeah, you observe the sensation at the chakras. We did Hari Om meditation, taking the energy to each chakra. Yes, and you observe that sensation at the Vedana level only. We are attacking it in meditation. Got it? Knowledge will work at Vichara and Vasana level. Yeah, but the entire goal of that knowledge is to propel you to start meditating and working on yourself and getting rid of it at the Vedana level. Got it?
Hariom meditation is good for that Vedana level.
Yes, Auntie. Because Vedana is nothing but sensations, and different sensations will be at the chakras. Just keep observing, observing, observing. It turns from that negative to the positive.
So is the difference between knowing of something and knowing something? Or knowing about something and knowing something? That's the difference between this intellectual and actually knowing it.
Correct. What is he saying? Intellectually nice to understand this, but unless you really put it in practice, you don't know it.
You know of it.
Yeah, you know of it, he's saying. Knowing of something and knowing something are two different things. Yeah, I can know of something intellectually, but I truly know it when I experience it. Yes, and that experiencing will happen when you observe the Vedana. Got it?
When somebody is yelling at you, then you have to go and observe that Vedana.
Right then there is something happening in the heart. You know, you're feeling that hatred towards him or the fear that is coming up because of what he or she is saying. Just observe, observe, observe that sensation. Don't let it translate to the next step of like or dislike and, you know, bring up that vasana of hatred and then propelling, because vasana propels you into the next action. We'll come to that now. What does Bhokta Bhav say? Oh, all bad things happen to me only. This is bad. Oh, my life is horrible. Look at the other person. He is happy. You know what? He is happier because he is not doing any scriptures and art of living. Yeah, he is just enjoying life. Justification, concepts, ideas is what come out of Bhokta Bhav. Yeah? So from Vasana level, you come back to Vichara level. It's a vicious cycle, guys. Vasana Vichara keeps happening.
My bad karma.
Yeah? How much you hold on to this justification and concepts, the more the Vasana will kick in, the Bhokta Bhav will kick in. They feed into each other. Yes? Now, I will say, oh, I got angry on him. Really, it was good. He deserved it. He is a bad person. All justification I will give. And then I will say, you know what, I really need to take an action and, you know, get him, make him a good person or straighten him out. What is this? Karta Bhav. From Bhokta Bhav I come to Karta Bhav. Yes, I am doing. I have to do something. I have to correct this situation. Yes, this also constantly keeps feeding between Vasana and Vichara. Again, bhava, your understanding, no? That is that inner force that propels you from inside to either hate or to love. It is that magnetic energy moving in that direction. Yeah? And when I am in that doership, oh, I have to do right. I have to set everybody right. You see how your language becomes? I am good. Everybody is bad. I am the best person in the world. I am telling you for your own good. You are not listening to me. Where have you gone back to? Dukkha. You've created more dukkha for yourself and the cycle repeats. You are lost. Have you noticed? You do this to yourself. This is nothing but the cause of ragas and dveshas. These ragas and dveshas sit in my karma bag, and I carry it from one lifetime into the next, and I am trapped. Now do you understand the mechanism of the 3 V's? What are the 3 V's? Vedana, Vichara and Vasana. Homework for you. Recognize how much of this drama happens within you, and where does Bhokta Bhav and Karta Bhav kick in. Yeah? Recognize, in my work I am doing this, with my family I am doing this, for these small little things. I just want things to be in the right place or in the right order, and I start with the Bhokta Bhav. Yeah? I want to correct my son or my daughter or my family member, I start with the Karta Bhav. Yeah? Where am I messing up in life? Yeah, he gave you 2 techniques. Let's start with the first technique. Recognizing where all this is happening in my life. And where can I start making a change. Clear? Homework is clear? The next he said, he whose mind and heart are established in supreme peace, he is untouched by evils. Evils of hate, lust, worry. Yeah? This is the best way, he says. Yeah? Contemplation of the self, infinite consciousness, banishes sorrow. And sorrow or dukkha is nothing but created by my own mind. Yes, I just showed you the entire equation, how you yourself are responsible either for your sukha or your dukkha. At the Vedana level, recognize it and turn it around. Recognize it and turn it around. Yeah? So homework number 2 for this week, whenever you recognize a Vedana arising, immediately Hari Om meditation. Now if you're in office or at the grocery store, you cannot close your eyes and meditate there. Just take your attention to that chakra. Yeah? Don't open your mouth till that sensation is gone. Otherwise you could say words that could hurt another person. Yeah? Just observe that boiling, that churning that is happening at that particular chakra. Just observe it. Even if you are at work, even if you are in the grocery store, you can still observe. Yeah? Observe it, let it turn around, let it calm down. When that Vedana calms down, then you take the appropriate action if it is required.
Just to elaborate,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking out aloud. So we discussed that in Houston also. So suppose you have this Vedana and you're observing something, you become cold or whatever, right? Whatever that sensation is. And it's like addiction, right? You just want to react.
Yes.
No matter what. So that is where the Vasana is kicking in, right?
Exactly. That thing, that force which is pushing you in that direction of reaction is Vasana. And this force does not sit quiet by you observing the Vedana and it doesn't go away immediately. Again it will kick in. That cycle will kick in again. Again that Vasana will arise. Why the Vasana will arise? Because already I created the impression of I like it or I dislike it. So even if I let go once, it will come back again. It will kick again. It's not words, guys. Vasana is not words. It's not the mind saying something. Vasana is just a force inside you which is propelling you to take that action. to say something, to hurt, to give it back. Yeah.
And I think the key to all of this is it just happens within seconds. Like when we speak about it, we think, okay, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. But it all happens within seconds because the brain works like that with associations and the reaction. Like that's the conditioning we've had so far, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So you have to be so aware that right at that Vedana level, that sensation level, I observe, sensation coming, this is going to turn into something. Yeah. Before it turns, you have to be able to watch and dissolve it. That takes practice. Got it? It's not going to happen by understanding this intellectually. Great, I understood intellectually. Have I become enlightened? No. By reading it, you will not get enlightened. By understanding it intellectually, you will not get enlightened. You have to practice. Yeah? The more you practice, the more you experience the silence within, you will realize so funny nonsense all this reaction is. Let me stop this reaction business. Yes, you have to take a corrective action in certain situations. Take it and then drop. Yeah, that does not mean sit in the house and don't do anything. Chore comes, Mr. Chore enters your house. Take. In that room there is a bigger TV. Don't forget that one. That's not what we are talking about here. Yeah, it's not passive acceptance. It's active acceptance. Where an action is required, I take the appropriate action. But inside me, it should not be boiling and churning and burning. That burning and churning inside me is the Vedana, which translates into Vichara and then translates into Vasana. Yeah? When I can avoid this cycle of Vedana, Vichara, Vasana and still take an action, yeah? That is called a spontaneous action. This is Ashtavakra Gita in a nutshell. One slide.
One question. So you said that the Vedana is basically a contact between physical body and subtle body, right? So that contact is always there. So even though we observe Vedana, and by observing Vedana we can stop Vichara and Vasana and other things. But Vedana, you said that it has two types of feelings, Sukha, Dukha. That will still happening, right?
It will still happen, of course. I will always be in contact with them, no? Yeah. So always this contact is going to be there, but I'm reacting to the contact. I have to stop the reaction. I actually react to that Vedana inside me. Now that Sukha happens inside me, I like it. I hold on to that sensation of Sukha. This is a reaction to hold on to. If it is a Dukkha, I push it away. This is a reaction. This holding or pushing away is what I have to stop. Got it? That is working at the Vedana level. If I can stop this pushing away or holding on, I have won. I have won the game. It does not translate further into Vichara and into Vasana. And no impressions. Your karma bag starts becoming smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and vanishes. You don't come back into body again. Got it?
Can I just add something here real quick?
Yeah.
I think in the simplest manner, if we can avoid reaction, that would basically, from a day-to-day practical point of view for all of us, if we can just avoid reaction, I think that would be the crux of all this. As a matter of fact, action is fine as long as you take a moment and then that is actually not reaction but it is an action. So there's a subtle difference between reaction and action. As long as you don't react I think we will all get through these phases.
That's true. It's not external reaction only. Internally only I have reacted. Chocolate ice cream I want. After Yoga Vashishta, I'm going to go and get a chocolate ice cream. I don't care if it's late in the night. This thought was a reaction. Are you understanding? I have not even opened my mouth. I have not told it to the person sitting next to me. In my mind, I said to myself, after Yoga Vashishta, I'm going to get up and go and get some chocolate ice cream. This is reacting to the sensation of sukha. Got it? So it's not just external reaction. Internal reaction is what leads to the external action. It has to begin here. Yeah? That is why observing the Vedana is the key. Because it's so subtle. I don't even realize the moment this Vedana translates into a Vichara. Yeah? That is why constant awareness. And the moment I notice a Vedana, observe.
So we also, again I'm thinking out loud, so won't this asana be developed also for, let's say, every day I do my sadhana from 7 to 8 a.m. And again, there is a clear-cut vedana, there is a sensation of relaxation. And that is why it could turn sour very easy.
Absolutely. So it happens on the spiritual path also.
Yeah, so let's say tomorrow at 7 a.m. I'm not able to do my kriya or my sadhana. That there is a feeling of irritation, like somehow it's, again, that is also like, we don't recognize that vasana could develop at a subtler level even for something which we think is good for us,
Yes.
but we are actually pouring into it.
Perfect. Absolutely true. It could be for your sadhana, it could be for the guru, it could be for a Yoga Vashishta knowledge session, it could be for a Bhagavad Gita session. You better come with me. How dare you go to play golf? No golf. You have to come for Bhagavad Gita. Yes? That same thing, the good thing, has started creating dukkha. Yes? So it really doesn't matter whether it is a good thing or a bad thing. I have to stop this habit of reacting. Yeah, because I will not be able to really distinguish, am I reacting only to good or am I reacting only to bad? You cannot pick and choose. I'm going to stop reacting to the bad things in life and I can continue reacting to chocolate ice cream. It's okay. Yeah, you get it?
Yeah, the key is the emotion, right? So are you reacting with an emotion triggering that response? Whether it's mental or it's a real action, a physical action. The emotion is the key.
Correct. So again, no need to choose even the emotion. Sensation does not really translate into happy emotion, sad emotion, good emotion, bad emotion, positive or negative really. Sensation is just a sensation. Yeah? That is why the closest example is of sex. How that churning happens inside. How are you going to categorize this into good or bad? Yeah? But you want to jump in and take an action. Yeah? Dropping this habit of reacting to the sensation is the key. Got it? I'll repeat. Dropping this habit of reacting to the sensation is the key. Sensation is nothing but Vedana in Sanskrit. Dropping the habit of reacting to any Vedana or sensation is the key. Yeah? That's why I have started for the past few sessions telling you do a still kriya, don't move, do a Buddha kriya. So what if the legs are paining? It's only 20 minutes. Yeah, otherwise the mind goes on. It gives you an excuse to drop your kriya and go do something else. Oh, I have to do laundry, I have to do that. Come what may, I am not going to get up. I'm not going to react to all these silly thoughts that come up. This thought is also contact with an external object. Yeah, my leg has started paining in Vajrasana. I want to change it. No, let me complete pranayam. It's only the mind cribbing unnecessarily. Yeah, I'm sitting in kriya, I'm breathing. Now the mind says, okay, stretch out your legs, lie down. There is no need, nobody is looking. You can lie down, you don't have to sit and meditate. Yeah, notice? Yeah, start with these small little things. I'm not going to react to all these internal thoughts that come up because of laziness, because of, whatever. Oh, my nose is itching, my hair is scratching, something silly you will do like that. Yeah, not being 100% in meditation also takes away that opportunity to go deeper into silence. Yeah. So just 20 minutes I do a still kriya, no movement at all. Whatever position I am in, I will continue to remain in that position and not react to this mind. Yeah. Starting with these small things and then bringing it into real life will help you. Got it? Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm driving, but yeah, I agree with that. That it's also a good opportunity, when something barely innocuous happens, like if you stub your toe, or you're in even those cold showers, it's almost a good opportunity for practice. Like just imagine, you are just hitting against the punching bag. It's just good practice for the India-Pakistan war, which is going to come. If you can just train yourself, it's just training. Like now, if you stub your toe, you should look forward to it. Like, wow, this is a great opportunity to just observe. Or even in the shower, as you're feeling all those water drops against your skin, as it hits your head, as it hits your forehead, your nose, your chin, you just observe. It's like, wow, I have a great chance to do it when, the stakes are low. So when the stakes are high, you will be ready.
He always comes up with excellent examples. Yeah, look forward to it. Then what? Sukha and Dukkha become equal. Yeah, when Sukha and Dukkha become equal in life, you will become Baba Mohitji. Yeah, you will really come to that state of equanimity that Vasishtha talks about. Yeah, looking at Sukha and Dukkha equally. Yeah, and it's so wonderful. This is there in this upcoming weekend's Bhagavad Gita also. Yeah, looking at both of them equally.
Sukhasya dukhasya na gopilata.
Okay, any questions? No? Okay, you got the 2 homeworks and practice the meditation. Gap 2 meditation. Don't forget about it. Yeah.
As everyone goes through their vasanas and everything, can they share with the group so that everyone knows, okay, there could be a vasana in this? Like Mohit gave a very good example of something that you can sign up for, but if you're not ready to sign up and yet want to implement it, then okay, what did you implement? Chocolate ice cream is a theoretical example, but it will really help everyone if there is some practical example. Okay, Venkat did this. Okay, if he can do it for this, what are the other ways? Just
Yeah, if you guys are really up for it and it's not too personal an example and you're willing to share, please share next time. We can start with a little sharing round. Yeah? Okay. Any questions? All good? Clear on the gap 2 meditation? Okay. Do it again tonight before going to sleep. Yeah, just keep observing. Now there is a difference in that pull up and down when you're sitting up like this, upright, and when you are lying down. Yeah, observe the difference in that magnetic pull, how it goes. Yeah, some people might find it easier while lying down. Some people might find it easier to figure out when they are sitting up straight. Just experiment. Experiment in all kinds of positions, sitting wherever, doing whatever. See, can you really understand the prana shakti? Yeah. Okay, I will see you next week then. Keep practicing. Jai Gurudev.